Oh, now it fucking works. Now there's no stupid little prayer. Hold on, let me reverse this shit.
Okay, you're echoing though, and
I am crap.
you're still echoing. You gotta.
I'm echoing. Oh God. Hold on.
Yes.
Crap. Am I live? Am I? What's going on? Are we here? Do you hear me? Am I echoing? I do not. Oh God.
Yeah, we're live. They see us. All right, everybody.
Is there really an echo? Please don't tell me there's an echo, because I went back and heard it last time, and even I was like reaching the damn chalkboard. I'm like, oh my God, somebody shoot me, please.
All right, I don't know if it's going to work. New software, guys. I'm trying some stuff out here. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
We need everybody to response now. Echo game, better
It's
now.
gone.
It's gone. Yes. The echo is gone. Impromptu live stream is what happened.
Okay, can you guys hear me? Can you hear Sean? Is he echoing?
Please now hold your peace and say something right now for echoing.
All right, okay, we got some thumbs up. So, all right, guys, we're using a new software. It's called Ecamm Live. I'm a Mac guy. I've been using Mac since '99. I don't even really know how to use a PC much anymore. I mean, they're not that different, but I don't know all the tricks and everything else. So, I got this fancy microphone. For whatever reason, it'll never work on anything. I don't know. These kind of suck so far. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that to work on this system. Every time I plug it in, it like kills the audio. Anyway, and then I tried to use these, not working either. So we'll figure it out. We'll do some more test runs before our next live stream, before next week. But can you guys hear Sean? Do you hear me okay? I want to make sure that we're not having echoes like in the past. I know you use that mic, Nick. So
yeah, we don't want any Toyota echoes at all. Drive them off the cliff, please. I don't have a fancy mic. I know I'm behind the times. I don't have all the $1,000 software. I'm using my tablet. I'm sitting on the porch, chilling.
Okay, you hear Surfer. Surfer's good. Do you hear Sean? Is Sean good?
Do I need to speak a lot louder? Shit, echoing.
I'm going to take echo cancellation off. Now tell me Sean is echoing. Okay. What about now? Does Sean echo?
How do I sound to you guys? Echo or no echo?
We're going to try this again. Let's try this again. All right.
Okay, echo issues.
I can hear you now, Sean. Can you guys hear? Can you hear me better on this? Is the echo gone?
Oh man, really don't want to have the echo.
No, the echo is really annoying. So we're waiting to see for the feed to catch up here. All right. If you could tell us there's no echo, that'd be great. If you guys are still hearing an echo, let me know.
What about now? Is anybody hear echo now? I just switched from default.
All good. It's gone. Okay. So apparently I have to have headphones on for this program. Otherwise, you hear everything that's coming through the speaker. All right, guys. So we're going to get started now with a pretty awesome live stream. I've got some cool stuff to show you guys. So we're going to do a couple quick tests here. Let's see. All right. Can you guys see my coins now? So just put in the chat coins and a thumbs up if that looks good. So I want to make sure you guys can see this because we're going to talk about some really cool coins today. Yes, desk view, great. Okay, and we're going to go to one more view, which is my desktop.
Wanted to make sure that the echo is gone. Just wanted to make sure the echo was gone.
Yep, echo's gone. Okay, so we got coins. Okay, now what about desktop? Are you guys seeing this SD Bullion web page on my screen? Yes, desktop. Okay, good. All right, so it looks like we've got this working now. And we're going to come back to me and you, Sean. I'm going to add you to the left. Oh, before I do that real quick, I'm going to go solo here for a second.
Me. Go ahead. My dog's whining for me. I might put the dog in the background. 1 second.
So
take over.
This over here behind me is pretty cool. You guys probably know this if you've watched my video already. If you remember what this painting's called, this thing's backwards. I'm seeing myself backwards. Anyway, if you know what this painting's called, go ahead and put that in the chat. I'm curious to see if anybody remembers what this painting's called. But I don't buy a lot of original paintings, but this one really seemed really cool to me, and I thought it was would be a really fun addition to my room. I'm going to do some more paintings in here, maybe some of the skate decks too. We'll see if we can get to that too. But anyway, this is a painting that really hit home for me for a couple reasons. One, it's Drew Brophy. You guys know that I've been talking about Drew Brophy. I've got some cool news that's going to come up today that we're going to talk about. Around that, we're going to show off some of his coin. Off his coin. The other thing I'm going to do today is we're going to talk a little about this painting too, which is pretty cool. Why did I spend money on buying an original painting, and why did I grab this one here? So when you look at his paintings, a lot of them have a ton of color. This one has a lot of color, but it has a lot of kind of sandy beach area, a lot more than most of his paintings. But there's a reason I really resonated with this one here, and there's maybe a few others that we'll get to. So you guys, if you haven't already done so, please hit the like button and also subscribe if you haven't done that in the past. I'm really trying hard to get this channel to grow bigger. We've got some great messages that are coming across that have not been dealt with in our stacking community, or at least not recently. So one of those was I did a very comprehensive 30-minute video on safes. What kind of safe should you buy? What are the options that are out there? And that video hasn't done very well compared to a lot of other channels because I'm a smaller channel. But the information is tremendous. I've got Drew Brophy's interview of how he had a coin created from one of his surfboard designs that's now on skateboard decks that you can pick up, which is pretty darn cool too. So anyway, great content that's there. Hopefully you guys will be able to go back and watch some of that. I also have kind of started this whole Silver University deal. I'm going to be starting to talk about gold, and we'll start the Gold University is going to be coming up, but we'll start off with 101 and move forward. As you can hear, my voice is still a little bit hoarse. I was sick for about a week and a half and not feeling well. And then also I slipped and fell about a month and a half ago. So my neck's pretty tense. And I know Sean's picked up on me being pretty tense with stuff, but I got to take it pretty easy right now. I'm still in kind of rehab, going through things. And what I'll tell you guys is be careful when you're out there. I slipped where both feet came up, and I landed on my back really hard and kind of whiplashed my neck. So anyway, there's things that I'm in the process of having to deal with to try to get compensation from that side of things, and I'll leave it at that. But for that reason, I am going to try to take it as easy as I can. My channel's doing pretty well. We're pretty close to monetizing. And why is that important? Well, one, I believe in multiple sources of income. And, there's been a lot of study done that millionaires have 7 different income sources or streams of income. And for me, I've been able to get up to 6 and 7 in the past. Right now, I'm down to basically 2 sources of income, and next year it'll be down to 1. So I'm starting this channel to get a 2nd to 3rd source of income right now. And I'm also working on a couple other side businesses to boost my additional income. With my day job, I sell software. And so you guys take some of the notes and remember some of this stuff, because these will come up as questions to win silver over time. giving you guys a little bit of background on me. So I sell artificial intelligence software. We can have a whole live stream on our artificial intelligence. If you guys want to do that, I can tell you everything about it. And anyway, so I do that during my day job, and we've moved off of strictly commission to a bonus structure that comes in later. So the good part is my income is more stable. The bad part is I do not have the same earning potential I had in the past. So I'm needing to shore that up with additional income. I live here in Southern California in San Clemente, and it's really expensive here. So just to give you guys kind of a range of that, a studio apartment is going to run you about $1,800 a month, and a one bedroom that's a little closer to the beach is going to run you $2,800 a month. If you want a 4 to 5 bedroom house, you're starting to get into the $10,000 a month range. So it's very expensive out here. Now, with that said, I'm not trying to break your guys' backs. Everything I'm going to do that's focused on things from memberships to super chats, any of that kind of stuff you guys may do in the future, as well as maybe buying groups, any of those things, it's going to be to help the community. I'm hoping to make money from this channel as additional revenue sources for my family based on advertising and some of those other things based on my time. But at the same time, I really want to grow this community. So I'm looking for ways to help us figure out how to, trade silver back and forth, to sell it, to buy it within a community. Can we do that? Can we figure out a way to do that? I've started about 4 different software companies. Some of them have been successful and we've sold them off. Other ones I've walked away from. But I have a lot of experience doing that, both apps and companies that are based on website technology. And I've also done a lot of extensive real estate investing. So I've owned multiple properties. I've rented them out. I've done buy, fix, sell. I've also taken a 140,000 square foot self-storage facility through the city of Mesa and got it approved to building permits. And then everything fell apart in 2008 with the market. So I've got a lot of experience with a lot of different things that we're going to talk about on this channel. So most of you are coming here for the gold and the silver, maybe the silver side of things more than anything. But what I really want to do is help you guys be able to navigate and become more self-sufficient, and also to be able to take control of your lives from a financial perspective. My goal is to help all of you, including myself, get to the point where we all feel financially independent. And my definition of financial independency is that you have the ability to go on a vacation anywhere you want to at any time, and your life does not fall apart. Okay. The other definition I would give you too is you're completely out of personal debt. Your businesses will probably have some debt financing going on, but you have so much cash flow that's coming in, it doesn't really matter what your assets are. That's another definition that I would look at too. So as this channel continues to grow and get bigger, I have large goals. I want to get this to 1 million subscribers. I don't know how long it's going to take to do that, but I'm willing to do things that are outside of the norm to do that. So I plan on building a website. I plan on building apps. I plan on writing books. I also plan on having a website where you can buy, sell silver. Well, definitely buy, potentially sell it and trade it. We'll see what happens there. I also want to help you guys with things like food storage and getting yourself ready for emergency situations, SHTFs. A lot of us are stacking for that reason. And one of the reasons I think that's important to get ready for is you can't eat gold and silver, guys. If you try to eat gold and silver, you're going to die. And if all you have is gold and silver, you're in big trouble, right? So one of the other issues that comes into play with that is, protection for yourself too, right? But you got to have some extra food around and things like that. So this channel's focus is on gold and silver stacking, but I think there's a lot of other areas that touch into what we do in this community that are important for you guys to know. And I happen to have a lot of knowledge around it, so I might as well share it with you guys. So anyway, there's a lot of that's going to be coming down the road. To help me get the channel monetized, right now I'm burning through hundreds of dollars a month, somewhere between $300 and $600 a month to get this thing going. And you may say that's crazy, but hey, I've shared a lot of silver with you guys. I've gotten a lot of cool stickers. I'm going to show you some new stickers that just came in today. And I want to help the community and I want to grow this thing. So what you will hopefully notice with my channel is I'm not watching all the other stackers to try to figure out how to copy them. and to come up with something that they've already done. Now, with that said, I will probably get accused more than once of copying someone's information or style to some degree. It's not intentional. I'm not really paying attention to it. I don't see anybody else in the stacking community as competition. I see us all as one big, huge community that needs to come together. And really, our competition is the crypto guys. It's the stockbrokers. If anything, that's the competition.
Silver and gold.
For sure. So I'm going to bring Sean on here so you guys can see him here too. So what I wanted to do, Sean, actually, I'm going to move it to you for just a second here. Let's see if that works. Okay. You guys should just see Sean here. What I wanted to do is see, Sean, if you could give just a little bit of a background without giving away any personal information, but sure. A little background on how long you've been stacking and why do you stack?
Yeah, sure. I guess I would say my stacking journey probably, as far as the precious metals concerns, probably started back in 2010 to 2011. As a kid growing up, I always kind of liked coins and find a couple coins here and there. And ironically, I didn't find out till recently when I was a kid and I was keeping the silver quarters. I had no idea they were silver quarters when I was a kid. I just knew that hey, these quarters look different. They have like a silver side and they sound different. I don't know why I'm going to keep it. I'm just going to keep it. And I did for 20 to 30 some years. And, eventually when I found out that they were silver coins, I'm like, well, I'm glad I kept these coins over time. I apologize, folks. I have a 95-pound pit bull, is super emotional, and he's crying to get let back inside the house. Give me literally 5 seconds. I'll be right back.
All right, so I'll take over there. I just put a message in for you guys too. All right, so let's see if I can take it back over to myself here. So let me just kind of finish the thought, and then I'll have Sean come back to you. So, hey, Sean, real quick, I'm going to pull it back over to you here just a second. Just give me a second.
Sorry about that.
So one of the things that I wanted to say, Sean, real quick too, as you're kind of talking about this is what I'm hoping to do on my channel too is bring a lot of the people that are in the chat right now onto this channel. I don't have a problem with having other people come in to interview. I'm hoping someday I'll have Nick visit. It would be great to have Knox. I don't know if he's on here right now or not, but yeah, he's here.
Everybody.
There's also Ray Bar. There's a few of these guys that I've been kind of chatting with and a handful of other people. We've got a lot of people in the community that are trying to grow. And I don't see any harm in sharing that and having each other come on. If anything, I think it's a really good thing. So I'm going to try to have different people come on that we're going to interview. And part of that is going to be sharing their story. We all have a different story. Being here in California, you guys are freaking out over how much things cost here. We're just shy of $5 a gallon for gas, for example. I'd love to hear the stories of what's going on in other places to kind of see what the reality is, because I'm always trying to kind of judge that. So, Sean, go ahead and continue. That'd be great to hear a little bit more about your story.
So, I had the silver quarters as a kid and kept those in my little wallet, and I'm a little lockbox away. But I think my bullion stacking probably started about 2010. I was working at a restaurant here in the city of Annapolis, and was one of the lead staff. People got to really like me, request my service, wait an hour just to come, I give them the full detail. And there was this lawyer couple that came in and they were telling me about silver and stuff. And I had talked about, I just recently thought about like investing and stuff like that. And they had told me about the LCS that I go to. Like, go check this place out. Go ask for a guy named Bob and, just go buy some silver and go stash it away for a rainy day. I was like, okay. So I remember at this time when I walked in, I think silver was at like $30 an ounce, something like that. This is back in 2010, 2011. Remember one day just randomly going to the guy's shop. He was like, "Hey, young man, how you doing? Come on, here you go. You can look around, little puppy and stuff." Real cool guy, man. Passed away a couple of years ago, and just won't get into that how it really hurt me. Guy was really awesome. Guy was like, everybody would have loved the guy. Anyway, so I'm looking for some silver for an hour or so. Just don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know what silver is. I don't know squat. I decided to pick out 3 silver ounce bars, one from the state of Maryland where I'm from, one that had like a little bison thing on it from probably the Sunshine Mint, and another one with like a little eagle on it. And I asked the guy, how much do I owe you? I think he's like, just give me $60. And I said, you know that silver is at $30 an ounce, and I probably owe you more like 90. He said, young pup, I appreciate you coming here. At least the first time you just come in here and see me, and you at least come and see me and buy an ounce of silver at least once a month or so, and you just whatever the price is, you just keep buying and stacking away for a rainy day. And it's kind of what I've been doing. Went back and then bought, ounce or two of silver here and there, buying a couple bars. Oh, it's Silver Eagles. What is this? Oh, it's government-backed bullion. And started learning the differences between, browns and bars and government-backed bullion. And oh, wait a minute, we're not the only ones that make silver. Wait, Canada makes silver, and wait, Australia makes silver. Wait, even China makes silver in Europe. Like all these people are making silver and gold. I had no idea. And he come to find out, yeah, this is a global traded thing, bro. Like whether if you believe in him or not, this stuff's been around since Christ walked the earth, and it's going to be here, be here before him and after him, and long past everything else. So developed a passion for it to where I kind of able to save my money and look at it versus just looking at a bunch of jaded ones and zeros on a piece of paper or on an electronic device.
So let me ask you a question, Sean.
Go ahead.
What's the lowest price you've ever paid for an ounce of silver? Not necessarily like just what was the lowest spot price you were at?
That I remember when I was buying, probably I obviously been stacking a lot longer, but back when I first stacked in the metal, obviously it was like different price. You're coming out of the 08, 07 where silver's at almost 45, $50 an ounce, and it went down like 30. So I kind of got in as it's like starting to slide down. But I would say that probably the lowest dip that we saw, that honestly that we can say it was during the COVID of 2020 of March, when silver got down like 11.55 an ounce, something stupid like that, where you're able to buy like half ounce rounds for like $8. Like I
For
should
sure.
have bought
So
all of them.
I can remember technically my first silver I ever got were silver dollars. I don't know what silver dollars they were. I can't remember. I don't have them still, but I got them for my 8th birthday. So we're going back in time here to the early 80s, and they were somewhere between $3 and $5.
1780s or 1980s? No, I'm joking.
1780s. My hair wouldn't look that good. Just kidding.
It's a great hair product to market to the people.
So yeah, we just aside to this, I think we might do a hair off one of these days. We've been chatting about that, so we may have to do a little hair off and show you guys how I get this hair. Look at this. Sean's got the long hair going on. So he doesn't have the Fabio hair.
Get the full Fabio.
So Sean, thanks for sharing that experience. As you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, I didn't really tell you this, but I really started stacking back when I was 8 years old, and I have no idea where the silver went. So I used to collect stamps and coins, and a lot of that disappeared when I left the house. I think my mom just got rid of it or sold it or whatever else. And then a few years ago, I believe 2019, I started getting 25-ounce bars.
Nice.
They're locked up in a vaulting facility about 40 minutes from my house.
Those are hard to find. 25-ounce bars are hard to find nowadays.
They're really hard, and they were
10 or 100.
Were made.
That's it.
Yeah, I think they were made in 1972.
That's when they stopped making them that size.
Yeah, it was 1 year in Vegas that they made these things. And so here's the interesting fact. If you guys go do the math on this, since I can't pull up the calculator at the moment, those bars are for sale, the same exact bars. I think it's BNO or MNO, something like that, was the mint. And I don't even know if it was a mint. It might have just been a refinery. But anyway, they're asking for $1,000 to $1,500 on eBay for those things. And at $25 an ounce, that puts it somewhere in the $50 to about $65 an ounce, somewhere in that area. So one thing I'll point out kind of for you guys real quick, and then we have an agenda here to follow too. So one thing I want to point out for you guys there is be careful when you're stacking silver specifically. When you buy higher premium silver, like the sniper round, which is really sick, by the way. You guys like that, the sniper round? I just traded for this the other day, and actually, if you read off of what it says here, it's pretty funny. So it says, "From places you will not see comes the sound you will not hear." You're toast. You just get sniped. All right, and then on the back of it, it's got a scope on it. These coins come from the I think it's Integlio. Am I gonna say that right? Integlio Mint, and this can have a premium of say $40 or so. Okay, so if you go and buy that coin for $40, and let's say right now you can go buy an Eagle for $31. All right, when the spot price goes up to $26 or $27, that sniper coin may not move at all. It may stay exactly at the same price. Even if it goes up to $40 for an Eagle, that coin still may stay at $40. And if spot goes all the way up to $30, it still may be sitting there right at $40. Okay, now if we get a big move in silver up to say $50 or $60, and that coin's valued at 40 right now, I do expect to see that have a premium above spot by a bit. But be careful. If you're stacking collectible silver that's significantly higher, let's just say anything that's over $5 more than spot, it at the current rate right now, I think you're running a massive risk of losing huge potential percentage upside. Now, if silver ratio changes and it goes from 83 ounces of silver to an ounce of gold and it goes down to 40, you're not going to care, right? A few more bucks, $10 difference isn't going to make a difference. Or if we see silver at $100 or more, you're not going to care. It's going to be fine. But I just want you guys to be aware of that, because when I first got stacking, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to grab all this collectible stuff. And I'll show you guys some coins here for a second while we're doing that, because I know everybody likes to see coins, not my hair. So I got some cool stuff to show you guys here. So you got the sniper round here that I showed you a second ago. And you guys can see I traded with Giga, who's local here in San Clemente, a couple of these coins, and then he also wanted to sell his duplicates, and gave me a pretty good price, actually better price than I could buy them from the mint directly, I believe, or at least about the same price. And so we got a couple fun ones in here. These are like, I don't know, it's a crazy skull. You guys see that? We got a Frankenstein here. Okay, I got to remember my camera's on this side now today. So we got a Frankenstein here. We've got, I don't know, that looks like the Trojan dude's just totally had his head taken out. But here's the deal. Look at that coin, you guys. Look at that detail. These are awesome coins. If you don't have any of these, go pick these up. I'm so impressed with how sharp it looks. But let me show you a couple coins as we're talking. So I don't know. I ended up getting a couple of these. I don't think I realized that they were just skulls. I may not have taken those. Somehow he traded me some stuff there. We got Dracula. So this, this might be our giveaway coming up for Halloween. So one question I had for you guys, if you could put a comment down below here. I am thinking about, instead of giving away dimes, quarters, or half dollars of constitutional or junk silver, I'm thinking about giving away coins like this. And so my thought here is, what if instead of having a bunch of different dimes I give out, what if I give out one really cool piece that's worth 40 to 45 bucks? And we do that per Wednesday live stream. What do you guys think? Is that something that you would have interest in? Do you think, hey, surfer, keep your silver, build your channel, don't worry about giving out silver? Do you think that's something that would be really fun to win? What are your thoughts on winning silver from auctions? And then what do you think about just having one coin? Was something I kind of thought of. This one is not going anywhere. This is the Chupacabra. If you guys don't know what a Chupacabra is, you got to go check that one out. But I swear I've seen something like this when I was in Guatemala.
Just don't ever come face to face with one unprepared.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a human. That might be the scary thing. This one I'll probably hold on to. This is George Washington. Yeah, you can actually see the detail pretty good there. We'll go over here. The light's a little better. So this is George Washington. That one's pretty cool. Anything that's got George Washington on it, I'm a huge fan of the Founding Fathers. Let's see. I think this is Michael slaying the dragon, if I'm correct there. I don't know. Or Perseus. I don't know. That looks like a Pegasus. I don't remember Michael being on the Archangel being on a Pegasus.
You don't need to be on a Pegasus because he's got his own wings to fly.
Yeah, he's got his own stuff. Okay, this one's pretty cool looking too. You guys might like that. I know you guys like free silver. That's why I'm asking you. And I've already offered it up, so don't feel bad about it. This one's pretty sick too. I think this one's staying with me because I think this is the coin that comes out in 2030, 2032 when we are fully under tyranny. Just wait, I think it's coming.
Yeah.
These are cool. Now, the problem with these guys, they totally are. The problem with these guys here is, I wanted to get a few of these to kind of get ready for the alien invasion, if any of you guys have been following that stuff in the news. And they're really cool coins, but some of them are like 50, 60 bucks to go get to kind of chase a series. And I just don't know if I have the desire to do that anymore. This one's Hollywood, which is really cool too. So those are cool. So what I also wanted to show you guys is I'm going to put a couple other, I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek. I don't want to blow it. This coin right here, this coin right here, and this coin right here are going to be discussed at length on Saturday on Nick's channel. And so let's see, Nick's Coins. I don't know if you have a link you can put in here to your live stream if you've already set that up, or at least to your channel. Go ahead and put a link in there. Just go cut and paste it from your channel page and do that. So I'm going to be on her live stream. I'm hoping to have her maybe on my live stream in the next week or two if she's up for that as well, which would be really good. So hopefully you guys aren't hearing too many sniffles. I'm still getting over a nasty cold or whatever. There's this Asian elephant, and I didn't care about the elephant as much as I cared about this. I thought this was pretty cool. Kingdom of Cambodia. I mean, I forget how to pronounce this this seven wonder of the world. It's like I forget how to pronounce it, Agronaut or something like that. I would never say it right.
Thanks.
So we're gonna flip it around.
What you just did there.
Perfect.
He put Nick's link there. Nick was saying she was unable to do it because she was not a moderator, but because Knox has the power of the wrench, he holds the power. And he basically got the link. There you go.
Was that a request from Nick's Coins to become a moderator? I don't know. Okay.
She didn't request, but I would be the first. How do you say it? Nominate or the first to throw up the amendment to say, yeah, I would say that she's in deserve of the metal thing that turns the bolts and stuff and able to wield the power. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so you guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would like to know what you think about these stickers. I'm going to pull one out at a time. So this is the magnet. I thought these ones were pretty cool. I'm a little bit mixed on my logo. At first, I thought it was pretty hokey pokey, and it's not anything to fault the designer of it. Silos Coins did a great job on this thing. I just didn't give him a lot of input on how to exactly have it come out. And it's actually grown on me. I kind of felt like I was wearing an Indiana Jones hat instead of a lifeguard hat. And then my kids were like, "Dad, you don't wear hats like that when you go surfing." I said, "I know, I don't." But I needed something to kind of theme it. So what I'd like to know is on this design here, there's only 3 designs I'm going to show you guys. On this design, what do you think? Is this a 1? Yeah, not great. Or do you think it's a 10? So go between a 1 and a 10. I want to see what you guys think on that design. I'm just curious to see what you guys think. And as we're talking about that design, I'm going to show you a few other things I've got. So I've got these stickers. I only have 100 of these made, and that's all we're ever going to make of this, which means I'm probably going to have to change the color of the hat when I make other stickers or do something else to it. But if you get your hands on one of these coveted stickers, this is the first channel sticker to get, okay? So we've got that one there. And then this is kind of fun for those of you that like the psychedelic stuff. I forget what they call this. It's not rainbow. It's something else. No, it's not tone. I forget the name of it. But this one's kind of cool too. These, these I'm not going to limit this necessarily. I think I said I was going to, but I'm not necessarily going to limit this. I've got to be careful how many of these I limit. But right now I only have 50 of these that are made. So these are kind of fun and cool. Okay, so all right, guys, thank you for putting that down. I'm going to take a look at that later on. Okay, so now I've got my second logo that I want to show you guys. I want to get your opinion on this. This is the one that's right here. Okay, that totally threw off my camera. But I got these stickers made up too. So these are kind of fun stickers that are unfortunately about the same cost as doing one of these stickers. But as you can see, they kind of cut it out of a die. And they just go off the same thing there, and you just get stuck with a lot less, which is a bummer. But anyway, on this one, let me know what you guys think about this. So let's see. I'm going to put surfboard down.
Surfies.
So after that surfboard icon, if you could put your 1 to 10 on that, I'd be curious to see what you guys think about this sticker or this design for logo, because I may switch over to doing this at some point. It probably wouldn't be what I use for my user, but I may use this and make some bigger stickers. So I was also thinking about making a sticker like the size of this. So maybe going with like a 4 to 6 inch sticker, just this big old surfboard I thought would be kind of sick. If you guys think that would be cool too, then put in the comment, big surfboard sticker. I have a t-shirt coming with this logo on it. And I'm going to be wearing that at the beach. I'm hoping to get that before I head up to Utah soon and do some videos up there. I'm hoping to have that sticker. T-shirt. I think that's going to be pretty cool. All right. And then I'm going to, we're going to put another thing in here real quick. All right, surfer holding surfboard. This is the next one here. So this one just dropped. So what do you guys think about this? Put that 1 to 10 on this one too. I'd be curious to see what you guys think. And when I figure out how to do actual surveys, we'll throw those on here. But this one's kind of fun. This one's got the shiny, sparkly stuff on the outside. And, I keep getting these cool offers from, Sticker Mule. And they'll offer free shipping, and for like $16 you can get some stickers, maybe even for like $20. So I order these. They're fun. And you guys, I'm never gonna charge you for stickers, by the way. I think that's totally lame. If you ever want to donate money or do things, you can send in coins, you can send in do a super chat when that comes online. Selling you guys stickers, to me, this is more of my gift to you guys. So
that's cool of you, buddy, to do that.
The other thing I want to tell you guys about too is kind of go back to the monetization thing. So in order to get monetized, one of the things that I've got to do is I've got to get my live streaming way up. I've got to basically triple the amount of live streaming I've been doing. And so what I'm looking to do, and I'll move it back to me, and I've got a couple surprises on coins or coin stuff I'll show you in a minute here. I'll bring you back on here too, Sean. So one of the things that I need to do is get more live streams going. So this is what I'm thinking about too. We're going to do one more survey on this, and then we'll be done on those. What I'm looking to do is on Mondays, talk about financial news. So where is the US dollar, the Dixie, and what's happening with it? How is that affecting gold? How is that affecting gold price, spot price, silver spot price? What is the price of Bitcoin? Okay, now most of you probably don't have Bitcoin. You don't want to touch Bitcoin. You don't want it. I still think it's important for you to understand what the price action of Bitcoin is and what it's doing. I'm going to tell you why. If money's flowing into Bitcoin heavily, it's not flowing into metals as heavily, usually, okay? Now, us stackers will buy things, we'll keep doing things, but we're talking about larger institutional money that's going back and forth. And if we start to see that all of those things are going down, then there's a lot more money going back into the banks as cash. Okay, so it's just something to be aware of, to kind of look at. So I'm going to try to see if I can put together a show on Mondays. It'll either be 30 minutes or an hour. I'm looking at probably around 4 o'clock starting that Pacific time. And so that's the first live stream I'm looking to do. I may be bringing some guests on from time to time. I actually maybe bring someone that knows a lot about crypto, just so you guys can understand what crypto is about and hear from someone that actually really cares about it, to judge for yourself on what you think about that. And then I may also bring some other financial people that do, maybe I'll bring some financial advisors on the channel and other things down the road. Then what I'm looking to do is do this as a main live stream on Wednesday, starting at 4 o'clock Pacific time. Today we started it a little bit later at 5. We had computer issues, and then I knew it was going to take a little longer to get this up and running. And then, for this is going to go an hour or two, just depends on how much fun we're having and if you guys are sticking around and wanting to keep going. And then the other thing that I'm looking to do is on Fridays, do an hour-long how to invest live stream. So I may do that with one of my local friends, and we're planning on talking about things from real estate to starting your own. Oh, I also had an Amazon channel. I just sold my Amazon business in 2021. It was the top category. It was the top product in its category, and we sold that for a pretty good amount of money. That's what facilitated me really getting into stacking heavily and being able to do more stacking. And for me, showing my face, what city I live in, most of everything I have is way far away hidden that no one's going to ever find. And I say that on this video because I don't want you guys hunting for it. So, when I show you coins, they're coming out of the deep reserve, they're coming out of the ground vault, hidden somewhere far away. And then I go pull out other stuff and I bring it to you guys. So, as Nick's Coins was saying in the chat earlier, get your guys a really good alarm, have glass breaking sensors, have cameras, have motion detectors, have signs outside. Do not tell a lot of people what you have. Keep that stuff pretty private. Know that most people have no idea what gold and silver is worth right now. So, if you share it with like a close friend or a family member, they really don't understand a whole lot of what that means. And then for someone like me, where I'm showing my face and, I'm showing a lot of coins and stuff, especially since I was sick for the last week and a half, I started doing a lot of shorts, and I've been kind of following Knox Stacking's, some of the stuff he's done in the past, and also Ray Bar, where they've done some of these shorts, and it's actually taken off pretty well. I've added about 12 or 13,000 views just in the last week. And I think I'm pretty close to hitting 60,000 views again. So I've had a couple of those shorts that have hit 5,000, 3,000, 2,000 views, and majority of them are hitting over 1,000, which is kind of cool. It doesn't really monetize your channel, but it does help more people be aware of what you're doing. So I'm showing way too many metals. I was planning on maybe never showing any of my stack at all. At first, I wasn't going to show my face, and I was just going to do my stack. And then I thought, okay, I won't show my stack. I'll just do my face. And now I've shown both, so I've vaulted my stuff. I feel more safe about that. If you guys want a video on vaulting, I'll interview the guy that runs that vault. I think it's like the largest, or at least one of the most. I think it might be the most secure one in the country. And it's a private vault. He has people flying in from all over the country to come and vault their metals there. So that's pretty cool. And it's near an airport. And so that's something I can do definitely here in the near future if you guys have interest in it. So if you do, put in the comment vault, vault facility, tell us about it. I've also looked at a few other vaulting facilities where they have active metals exchange, so that you can take your silver eagles, your silver maples, let's just say your sovereign coins, as well as some of your more common rounds like buffaloes. You can take it to these places. There's a big one in LA, and they will segregate it and put it in a little plastic box for you, and it'll be locked up, and they'll do an evaluation every year for you. But if you all of a sudden say, hey, I need to sell 5 gold eagles right now, they'll go ahead and sell that, and you'll have cash within, a few business days in your account. Why do I mention that? One of the reasons I mention that is if you're becoming your own bank, then you are stacking more than what you might for prepping. You're stacking more. You're stacking more of your wealth in metals. So you may not have a lot in the bank. I recommend having less than 30 days of cash in the bank. After that, I'd bring the rest of the cash home and put it in your vault or your safe. And then the other thing I would look at doing is stacking up on metals. So I do actively sell my gold and silver. I'm in the process of selling 5 gold coins right now on eBay. I'm going to be putting 3 up today or tomorrow. And I'm selling coins that I bought around $1,900 that have gone up in value. So I've got a Queen's Peace completer coin. I've got it listed at $3,000. I might bring the price down a little bit to move it. I've also got my Lunar Tiger. And you guys don't get overly attached to your coins. If you get overly attached to your coins, it's not money. It's like, it's an idol. You don't want to have your money be your idol. And then I've got 3 Canadian Wildlife Series coins that are 5 nines fine gold. How many of you guys have 5 nines fine gold? And it's in a little essay. I tried to go get them before this, and I just wasn't able to get to them. But we'll show those on another day. And they're really cool. And one's a cougar, one's a bear, and the other one is a like an elk or something. I don't know. And they're pretty cool. I wanted to keep them. They don't fit in tubes. They take up a little bit more space. And I think I can sell them for around $2,400 to $2,500. So for me, I'm going to put them up there. I'm going to see what happens. If they don't sell for those amounts, then I guess I hold them a little longer. If I go to my LCS will give me $2,000 for them. Max. Maybe they'll only give me spot price for them. So, if you guys are wanting to unload some of your more collectible gold and silver right now, really your only option is eBay or Instagram. And you got to have thousands of followers on Instagram to even give that a try. I've tried. I can't even get anybody to respond to anything I put on there. And I've got maybe 300 or 400 people. eBay is a place you can unload it, but you got to find a place where you can kind of sell them at retail. All right, so enough of that. So the next thing I wanted to do is I wanted to pull up a couple deals that are going on right now to do that. But before we do that, let's look at the comments here. Let's see what you guys are chatting about. You're having like a full-on separate conversation world over here to us. I don't know about you guys, but I have a really hard time reading the comments and talking at the same time. It's like chewing gum and walking. Probably not real safe for me.
Knox, thanks for sharing Surfer's eBay page. Total dude move, bro. Truly appreciate you willing to get Surfer's
Thank you, Knox.
items out there like that. Appreciate it.
So there'll be a lot more stuff coming up there.
Justin, grow your hair back out. It's never too late. I saw your comment earlier. You missed your long hair. I'm 44 years old. I had long hair when I was 19 out of high school. My mom didn't like it. I cut it. I regretted it ever since. I went everything from a spiky hair to shaved head to buzz cut. And finally decided at the coronavirus, I'm doing me now, what I wanted to do and not making any more excuses. So this has been growing since, besides cutting the little tippy tips off to make it look, professional, whatever. I've been growing it since February of 2020, man. So 3.5 years. I'm not stopping until whatever. I'll figure it out. But you want your hair back, Justin, grow it back, dude. Go make it happen, Captain. You guys can go do anything you all want to do. Make it happen.
Totally. If you guys don't believe it, one of these days I'll show you my picture from high school. Actually, I don't want to put it on here. I'm afraid it's going to get out too far and then it's crazy. But I had my hair was down to here in high school. So I moved from California, Utah, and I was the cool surfer guy when I got up there. But I had my silver chain on. I had my big, thick old silver chain necklace and my mullet. And it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. I think it won the heart of my girlfriend, or at the time, my girlfriend. I married her, so I've been dating my wife since, and I say dating because that's a process you got to do even when you're married. I've been dating her since we were 16, and I'm quite a bit older than that now. Let's see here. Okay, good. So we got the link there. So a couple things just in the comments I want to comment on real fast to go back to is, I think I will see if I can do a video on the vault to talk about it. I think it's a pretty cool thing for you guys to understand a little bit more. He has done a video. There is one that's out there already that was done about 8 months ago, but it wasn't in the gold and silver stacking community. It's more in the prepper community. So I do think it would be cool to talk about. There's another safe company I'm looking at in Newport Beach of going out to and filming. I don't know if I'll have time before August. It might be something that comes in August or September. But he's got a different kind of philosophy and different kinds of safes. The one that you saw from the other one, all they do is safes. This other one's a locksmith. So it's good to kind of get an idea from different people. We'll be able to ask him how hard it is to break into him too, because that's something he has to do. So I will do that. I think that'll be a fun video. I did get a couple comments in here. I don't have enough yet to vault. Well, let's talk about that for just a minute here. All of us make different amounts of money. All of us have different amounts of expenses and everything else. I shared some of how expensive it can be here in California. The city I live in, people pay anywhere from, let's say the $1,600 to $1,800 for a studio apartment, all the way up to a $36 million estate, which was Nixon's Western White House. Okay, this is Nixon's town. So very conservative town here in California. You guys may think, oh my gosh, what are you doing living in California? When Trump was running for president, almost every lawn had a Trump sign. Just so you guys know, this is a city where you see Trump signs, and a city where you see a surfboard in every garage. People surf here in their 80s. We got a lot of retirement people. We're dead center between Los Angeles and San Diego. It's about an hour 15 either way without traffic. And then you add traffic, it can be 3 hours to LA, and it can be 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours into San Diego. And we're right on the coast. There's nothing. Just the south to us is the largest Marine base in the country, Camp Pendleton. To the east of us is Cleveland National Forest, and there's a ton of mountain lions in there and rattlesnakes. So unless you've got like machetes and at least a 9mm pistol, you're not surviving that very long. They will rip you to shreds and eat you. And then to the north of it, you get Orange County, and it starts to open up, but it's all in mountain ranges. So and I'm 10 minutes from the ocean. So we're in a great little area. Each one of us is going to live in different places, different things. Where I live, I'm in fire hazard. Okay. So my biggest risk is not theft, it's fire. It's having the plastic on my silver melt around my silver and screw up my silver pretty badly, right? Or on my gold. You're probably not going to have gold and silver melt in a house fire. Maybe not even a forest fire. They usually don't get that hot to the melting point of gold and silver. If you get a safe that goes up to 1,800 degrees for 2 hours, you're fine. So that's something I have to do here. The next thing is we have had Chilean cartels rob about 10 houses. They took somewhere between $500,000 and $1 million of stuff out of people's homes. A lot of handbags and watch collections that are out here. And, those were only a couple streets away. I can see the houses that were robbed from my house. So, we don't have a lot of crime. We just have some very specific targeted crime that's going in, breaking into safes. Okay. So when you're looking at things like vaulting, I'll tell you, it depends on your situation. If you live in, like Maine, for example, and there's no one, you're on 10 acres and there's no one for another 20 acres from you. Crap, you could go bury this stuff out under a shed and no one would ever know, or you could go bury it
or something.
By a tree or whatever. So where I'm at, though, it's a little bit different. So I will tell you, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. So technically everything that's in the vault is at risk, right? There is third-party risk there. Electricity could go out. Everything could be locked up. I may not be able to get access to it, right? The guy that owns the place could come in and break into all the safes and steal everything, right? Now everything's insured, so if anything goes down, I get all of my metals back. And so I took a video of everything, and I was very careful of what I put in. It's a safe deposit vault facility. So I have a box, and then there's door after door after door after door that you go through, and there's live cameras on the whole thing being monitored 24/7. So let's talk about how much silver or gold do you have and what do you need to do for it. So first off, if you have, in my opinion, more than 10 ounces of silver, I think you need to start considering securing that in a place that can't just walk away from you very easily. Okay, so the first thing you're looking for is keep it out of the bedroom, keep it out of your home office. You could put it into a shoebox. You could do a few things with it just to put it on a higher shelf in one of your kids' rooms. People aren't going to look for that. If you really want to get sneaky, you can put it in the kitchen. You can put it behind a box of cereal or in a box of cereal or inside cereal. Just don't throw out your cereal box. Okay. So there's things you can do really cheap, but I would get it out of sight. Okay. So even though I've got some of this cool silver here, I do not have this just sitting on my desk. Okay. This is not sitting on my desk. And this thing's sick. It's 10 ounces. So, and don't buy a lot of this stuff, guys. I bought too much of this stuff. So I'm in the process of kind of selling it now to get more rounds and maples. I think maples are still the best priced sovereign coin out there for what you get. And they also tend to not be milk spotted too much.
Can I make a crazy statement real
Do
quick?
it.
I think you people should be buying Eagles. And that's crazy.
Eagles are really good. Right now, I think it's fine. I would buy Eagles at $31.
What happened last time? They were down to like 33 a pop, and silver took off, and they were wanted like a 80% premium on Eagles, and the spot price was like what 27 to 28. They wanted like 40, 45 for an Eagle. So the price.
That's true. So let me take that back, Sean. So if you can get Eagles at 31, and I'm going to show you that in a second here. I'm going to go into a couple websites. Buy Eagles right now is good to buy. The last time, buy them all. Last time I bought a tube of Eagles was
everybody last time said that bullshit about don't buy Eagles, they're too expensive, the premium's retarded. Yeah, but they're not anymore. But now that the premium's lower and the silver's going to go up and to the right, buy that shit now and don't listen to all the buy silver Eagles. Okay,
so let me give you my philosophy, Sean. So here's my philosophy on this. And I haven't bought Eagles for a while. Last time I bought Eagles was in March. So in March, I bought a tube of Eagles at $28.50 an Eagle. Okay.
What?
BU. My dad wanted to buy a lot more than I did, and he got them at $28 an Eagle. Okay.
Nice.
And then a week or two later, this is right when the bank started collapsing. SVB Bank went down. And the price of Eagles for a monster box, the monster box went from $14,000 up to $16,000.
Yeah,
and he was buying more silver. So he bought some more silver, and he ended up having to get maples because the price of the Eagles were moving up. And then all of a sudden, the maples were more expensive, so he ended up buying some Britannias. And now I'm in the process of trying to get him to buy some more Eagles right now. I mean, I'm talking to him about that. So I think Eagle monster boxes are around $1,500 right now. They got all the way up to 22,000. So I was really tempted to take my tube of Eagles and sell them at 22,000. Yeah. So one thing I'll tell you guys too is this: if you guys are stacking, you got to think a little bit about are you going to sell at some point too? So here's the issue: if we never sell at the top, and we always freak out when it gets to the bottom, and that's when you sell, you're playing the game wrong, and you're going to get burned. Also, if you're stacking a large amount of your liquid capital in metals, take some off the top when it comes in. So if you happen to have 100 Eagles, let's just say, and you've bought them around $30 or less per Eagle, and it gets back up to $40 for Eagles, and maples are sitting at 30. Maybe consider selling some of those Eagles and get some more ounces. If it goes all the way up to $48 like it did, and maples were at $32, sell all of your Eagles, go buy maples, and then you can flip back and forth. You just have to be aware of what your fees are going to be for that with your LCS, and you also need to be aware of what you paid for it. So you need to put it all on a spreadsheet. So yeah, right now, I guess I am looking at Eagles too. The last big purchase I made was a tube of Buffaloes last Monday. So a week ago this Monday from Guido Stacking's channel. And I bought them for $25 a Buffalo. And I was thinking about buying a couple tubes and flipping them. I didn't do it. And I'm actually splitting that tube with a local guy. So, 25, that's pretty good. But right now at Eagles, if you can get them around $30 to $32, I think Eagles are good to go. They're always going to be the favorite coin for people around here in the U.S. Okay, so that brings me, Sean. We're going to go over to my screen here.
Taking me
all right.
Bye bye. And I'm just here. Don't worry.
Can you guys? Hopefully, you can see that. Okay. Let's see. Yep, you can. Okay, I've got another screen over here to help me see what's going on.
There you
So
go.
on Patriotic Stacker's live stream last night, he brought this up, which was pretty interesting. SD Bullion was running this big special deal where if you go buy 100, which is like a mini monster box, if you go buy 100 Silver Eagles right now, they will throw in a free 10-ounce Britannia bar.
Oh, that's right. And look at their. It was a 10-ounce Britannia bar. That's right.
So look at their price, $3,536.41, right? Well, he did a little homework, and what he found is if you actually take 100, this isn't show. Oh, here we go. If you take 100 Eagles, and you go to Monument Metals, and you also go buy a 10-ounce Britannia bar, you come in at $34.01, and none of this is even listed as sale at the moment. So shop around. SD Bullion is not always the cheapest, and there are other places that are less money. So, if you really didn't care about the Britannia bar a whole lot, and you were just going for Eagles, you can get 100 Eagles right now for a pretty good price. It's coming in at $31.16 per Eagle. That's pretty good. So for you guys, I'd go check that out.
Yeah, even if you decided to want to factor in the 10-ounce bar, what I did was I basically figured, okay, that 10-ounce bar of silver is free, but I'm still technically they're factoring the price of it in. So I just took the price of that 3,000 whatever they're selling it for, divided it by 110, and that's basically how I'm looking at basically how much I'm getting each Eagle for. So it's even cheaper because you figure you're still getting 110 ounces of silver. That 3,000 getting a free 10 ounces just a marketing thing, but they're technically still factoring the price of 110 ounces. And if you do that math, it even makes the fact that, well, I don't give a damn if this 10-ounce bar is not 10-ounce silver Eagles. If I'm able to get 100 at that price and able to get this 10-ounce bar at the price too, winning.
So here's the other thing, Sean. Thank you for that. A couple of the channels are sponsored by SD Bullion. They can't give you this news. They can't do that. They are legally bound to not do that stuff, right? They can't make their money from that. They can't get paid for that. They can't address it. And it's okay. They're going to push that. They let you know about it. It's a way for them to sponsor their channel and get things going. I can't say that I would never do it, but it's something I'd have to take a really long, hard look at and really see if it's worth my time to do it. And if I don't have to, I'd rather not. But that's something I want to let you guys know about. I thought it was pretty cool. So the other thing I'll throw out here is check out these Sunshine Buffalo rounds at SD Bullion. What do you guys notice here? So you tell me, would you rather be buying a Buffalo round? Okay. It's a nice looking Buffalo round. Don't get me wrong, but it ain't an Eagle, man. It is not an Eagle, and these are cheaper. So go figure. I really think I think the time is this place right now is pretty good. Monument Metals, I'll give them credit too. I also bought 10 Royal Canadian Mint RCM bars, 10-ounce bars from them. 10 of those about a year ago. And I picked them up for $270 a bar. What? Screaming deal. Everybody else was $230. It was a sale. And I bought whatever they had left, and then I couldn't buy any more. So you guys look for deals. Don't just buy stuff. Go, if you're in the market for buying silver, go look at what you're looking for and go to at least 3 websites. And I would throw a 4th in there, which would be your local coin shop. Call them up and see what they're doing.
Yeah,
all right, another one I'll throw in.
You go to the first dealership and buy a car, the chances are that dealership's probably got like you walk into CarMax, buy a car, damn well that because there's the name on it, you're going to pay a extra premiums like going to APMEX. But, if you go other places like, I don't know, John and Mary's Car Emporium or Joe Thompson's car auto dealer because their mom and pop are they're smaller operations. They're probably able to and be more willing to negotiate on the price because at the end of the day, they want that sale. Whereas like the next guy to guys up there in Oklahoma, they're getting freaking 10,000 sales of seconds. They don't necessarily need your business or like giving honestly two shits about your business in the first place because they got wholesalers ordering $1 million a time. Your little $400 sale is piddly to them, honestly. But to someone who's a mom and pop, that $400 is that's someone's paycheck I can cut this week.
It's totally true.
That sale. Yeah.
So let's look at this for a second, guys. Silver is still moving up. Okay, we're at 25.42. It's going to keep moving.
And like
so
Nick
is gold.
said earlier in the conversation about the Fed meeting in July, they're gonna raise rates back to back, people. Like they're gonna raise it back to back. You're gonna have a quarter point here. Oh my God, they did it again. Oh, we'll come to the table soon. 2 weeks later, probably not even 2 weeks later. I'm talking like 10 days later. Something's gonna happen. They're gonna break something. We gotta raise it again. Now it's like 9%, and then we're like, holy shit, then watch silver break through $30 and then just go up into the firmament. So, like, we all know the price is going to go up, guys. So, like, buy what you want now, buy what you want to buy, what you can't afford, and just ride the wave because, like, regardless of it going up or going down or day to day, it's going to go up and to the right. It's historical charts. So, if you like the $28 or $25, whatever it's going to be round, or buy an Eagle now at 32, you know damn well it's only going to be more. And if you just go back to the last couple of years of what we've had to deal with like coin stores shutting their doors, you have to order a minimum of $500 to $1,000 even to get an order out of us anymore. Like places like, and the other guys, like they put limitations, like you had to spend this much in order to get anything. So people were forced to like, well, I can't come up with $500 to go buy what I only wanted to buy $100. That's why it's important to like you said, to build a community of like-minded, trusted individuals who either are buying and selling coins, and where we're not here to gut each other. We're here to like, if you make a few bucks, cool, just to keep yourself going. But the idea is to build a community to where, let's just say you have a come to a point where you're having a hard time selling something because you built more relationships with people. Now you're allowing yourself more of just a market to either buy and sell to. And it's just a cool thing to do, man. That's what we're here for, is just to build a community, not bicker about stupid, my content. This is my content. There's many other like this, but this one is mine. Like that shit's to me is stupid. I don't even give two thoughts to that kind of crap. I feel bad for people who are literally wasting energy and thoughts and just like wasted life just worried about what some other person who they've never even met, chances are probably not even going to meet ever in their lives, but they're worried about it. I tell people you should.
It's true. So Sean, we're going to do a couple call outs real quick. Sorry to cut you off there for a second.
Go ahead.
So,
what's up,
hey, Yankee, thanks for jumping in here. And then also Giga SoCal. So to Sean's point, I wanted to point out something real quick. So,
yes, sir.
So one, he found me off of Stormy's, one of his auctions. I think we were both on there. And Stormy did a shout out about the channel. Yankee's also been a huge mentor for me and a person that has really given me a lot of good guidance too. And so I want to kind of put a shout out about community here. It's about community. So
yes.
I don't have any beef with anybody that's in the community, and I hope I never do, because to me, this is all about us building a community and helping each other. So Giga SoCal saw me. Then after that, he came to my channel and he saw that I was walking around where he lived, not too far from where he lived at the same beach area. And he said, oh my gosh, we should like connect and stuff. Well, I was a little nervous going and meeting this guy. I don't know who he is. And I've got my face out there and I'm showing all this silver stuff. Made me a little nervous, but I had some conversations with him for a while. And then I invited him to come down and do a video with me. And so we did that. And I think I talked way too much, Giga. I don't think I let you talk enough on that. But so we had a great conversation. And from that, we've actually now done two groups of trades. And we've also, I've bought a handful of silver from him. And then he's also bought some stuff from me. And we've started to do that. And what I'm finding out is he's from Brazil. So he also has international connections, and he has a lot of friends in Europe as well as in South America and in the U.S. And he's been very well traveled. He needs to put up a big, huge gig. If you're hearing this right now, you got to put a big, huge map up to show all the locations you've gone to. Maybe you had that. Maybe you showed me that. I can't remember. But anyway, we're starting to build that community here locally, right? I've also done bartering with my doctor. I'm in the process of looking to see, I've got a company right now that comes to your home that does custom suits. They usually start at about $1,000 and they go up to, $10,000, maybe even $20,000 for a suit that has 24 karat gold sewn into, it's pinstripe 24 karat gold. How sick is that?
John Wick suits.
Anyway, that guy is willing to, that company is Tom James. I'll just throw it out there if you guys have heard of it. And they will come to my house, measure me, and they will let me buy a suit that is personally tailored and customized to me for less than an ounce of gold. Awesome. If I want to spend an ounce of gold, so maybe a half an ounce of gold, somewhere around there, for about an ounce of gold, it would probably go into a much nicer fabric, and there would be more hands that touch it and more customization to it. And if gold was really at the price that I believe it should be at right now, which is $3,500, that's what I believe the true value of gold is right now. It probably should be, but just looking at historicals based on where inflation has been, I think we're at least at $3,500. Maybe I should put it that way.
They're still messing with it. They got that fine. They're like, oh, we can still keep manipulating the price. Okay, we're just going to continue on what we're doing and manipulate this gold. And okay,
for sure. So, but think about it. If an ounce of gold right now was at $3,500, you could get a customized Italian wool suit that has hand stitching in it. Okay, so we're a little bit behind on getting caught up to like a really, really nice suit, but you can get a pretty darn nice suit. Something much better than what you get at Brooks Brothers. Okay, this is much more custom than that, much better than that. Now, a lot of you guys may not wear suits. You may not wear a suit to church. Maybe you don't go to church. That's okay. No judgment there. And you may not be working a job where you need to show up in a suit from time to time. But for those of us that do, having a nice looking suit is important, but you don't want to overpay for it. And so suits on the low end are going to cost you somewhere in the $200 to $300 range. They kind of show that they're not super nice. It can be an issue for you depending on your career and what you're doing. So
completely,
it doesn't come off really nice. So usually you have to spend somewhere around $1,500 to $2,000 to get a good suit these days. So an ounce of gold, it all goes by it. I'm going to put a video out on that. So you guys are getting a little hint to that, but I'm in the process of scripting that together and I've got that. So why am I doing that? Well, I'm trying to help you guys get thinking about places you can barter with your gold and silver now, because I think you have to get used to it today and start building that network. So when SHTF happens, you know where to go. You're not just sitting in your home going, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do.
Absolutely.
So anyway, that's what I would say. Suits are expensive. They are. So the other thing I'll throw in there too is, Knox, you had mentioned here in the chat a Bold. I don't know what Bold is. So if there's a link to Bold, and that's a place you recommend buying from, go ahead and put the link in the chat, and that will give people another option on there too. And then let's see here. So the other thing I'll just throw out before I get to the picture we've had up here for a long time is talk to people a little bit. You don't have to say, hey, I'm a big gold and silver stacker and I've got, $10,000 at home or something. You don't have to tell people this stuff. What you can do is you can call them up and you can call up restaurants, you can call up stores, and you can say, hey, do you guys ever take silver or gold in as a form of payment? And it's going to be much easier to get that from a very locally owned, one location place versus something that has multiple locations. You're not going to get with any of the national chains. I am going to make some really sick videos on that here, guys, that it's going to be really fun, that you're going to like, where I'm going to go into some national chains and I'm going to see what I can do with it. It's going to be fun.
BK, have it your way.
But you're going to like it, Sean. You're going to love it. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. So the other thing I wanted to show you on SD Bullion right now is peace dollars. So what I was showing you earlier is, watch your deals. This is not, you guys, it's not a bad deal. It's just sometimes you can get your Eagles a little bit cheaper somewhere else, okay? The other thing to be aware of is look at the deals that are going on out there too, because if you can get a Eagle for close to a Buffalo round, I would go buy an Eagle. So here you go. shop around a little bit.
Yep.
I love peace dollars. To me, this is one of the silver that I like to stack for SHTF situations. I get my constitutional junk silver. I get this stuff. I have a lot of these. Okay, they're much less expensive than uh, Morgan dollars, and that's not too bad of a price there for those. But I haven't shopped it around, so kind of go look at that as well. Okay, the other thing I just wanted to show you guys real quick is there is some mild pressure on gold and silver right now, and I think it's rebounding here. So I haven't done the research quite yet on where the Dixie, the dollar's going, but I think we're going to see gold and silver bump up a little bit here in the short term. I'll try to see if I can get that ready for Friday's video live stream, and I'll have some information for you guys on the DXY, gold and silver, where is it heading in the short term. And one of the reasons I'm doing that on Fridays specifically too is, as you guys know, Friday afternoon, gold and silver is locked in for the weekend. That's the time I really like to purchase gold and silvers on the weekends if it's at a good price. Well, how do I determine it's a good price? I look at the charts. And what I look for is just like I like to say, kind of the surfing principles. You look for the waves, you look for the trough, you look for the height of it. And my co-host, SPV, or SPB, is the co-host, Yankee. So, let's go ahead and put Sean's link in here too. He has some really awesome firework videos that he does, and then he also has a bartering situation where he was able to do some bartering with silver. That's pretty cool to check out. By the way, if any of you guys that are listening to this are up for it, and you happen to have a video that you've produced, or you've got footage of you doing a barter trade, I want to put a compilation video together of people that have done bartering in the community. And what I'll do for that is if you send me the video, I will go ahead and put a link to your channel, and I will give a call out to your channel. If you've got a logo, I'll throw that up on the screen as well. So far, I have one from SPB. I also have one from Polly Buck, and I'm looking to get a few others. So you guys, it's all about community, right? Okay, so let me see. I had another piece of news here. Gold and silver correlations that matter. Okay, I don't even know where the rest of this is coming from here, but over 50 countries are close to debt default, the UN said. Okay, things are not looking good out there, guys.
Nope.
Banks are not in great shape. And honestly, I think what we're about to see here is, what we will call a sovereign debt crisis, along with commercial-backed securities having a major problem. Right now, no one's returning back to the office. I work for a multi-billion-dollar company, and I've worked for very large companies like this in the past, and no one's going back to the office. And my company just spent like $100 million or something crazy like that on office space. And no one's going back. You have Salesforce.com that built this massive, the largest building and tallest building in San Francisco. No one's going back to the office. You got companies like Adobe. A lot of my friends work there. And at Adobe, no one's going back to the office. They're trying to force you to do it, and people don't want to do it. And what's happened is every 3 years when you have a commercial real estate property and you are leveraged with a bank, they readjust your interest rate. And a lot of these interest rates were at 2 to 2.5 to 3%, and they're now getting adjusted up to 6 to 7 to 8%.
Ain't 2.5 anymore.
No one can hold that. So you're going to
anymore.
have all these properties going back, and you're going to have a huge problem with that. Okay, so get ready for it. Once that happens, you're going to see regional banks have a huge problem, and then the next thing you're going to see is I don't want to get into all of it on the video right now, but there's a chance you'll see banks collapse again like we did earlier this year. And if your money's FDIC insured, don't be too worried about that. I think you should have at least 30 days worth of operating capital in your checking account or savings account. So that money's pretty safe there, but always have some cash at home, always have some metals at home, because you don't know when an SHTF situation could happen. And I'll explain one of those real quick. What if there is a bank holiday on a Friday and the banks have a problem and it cascades to other banks, and the government decides to keep the stock market closed as well as the banks closed for a week or two? Or what if there's a power outage? If you don't have access to your capital, you need to have stuff at home so you can still go to a store and try to buy things or trade. In addition to that, have some food at home. So you don't have to go out into the mess. And I recommend 6 months of food if you can. And if you can't do that, that's okay. Do the best you can, guys.
Start growing now.
Okay, the last thing I wanted to kind of bring up on this, and then we'll get back to some questions here, is there are no reasons to fear central bank digital currencies. Did you guys know that? You don't need to fear them. So this is from CoinDesk. You don't need to fear them, guys. It's just misdeterminate. What does that
they're
say?
Going to sell it as a load of rainbows and unicorns to everybody. Trust me, they're going to sell it as the best thing next to fresh water at the tap. I don't even want to go soapbox yet because I don't want to take 4 hours of your stream, but we're going to get them. Don't worry. Slowly dropping the information on people, not too much at one time. We'll scare everybody away. It's not doom and gloom, because when you really figure out what the truth of it all is about to come, it's actually pretty awesome. But anyway, that's another time.
Okay, so Sean, real quick. So Yankee put in the notes here, or in the chat, Fed now launches tomorrow. So
I thought it was July 1st. I thought it launched. I thought
it didn't, but Yankee. let me find my Fed Now article I had up in here. Dang it. Real quick too. Exactly. President Biden says Americans can rest assured that banking system is secure after SPV collapse. So no swearing, Sean. Come on.
Sorry. Don't get you to my side. I apologize.
We're going to try to keep it as clean as we can. Okay, so I had one on Fed Now here, and I'm not. Oh, here it goes. Fed Now predictions. Okay, so let's talk Fed Now, guys. My understanding of Fed Now, and Yankee, I know you've done some videos on this, so you're an expert too. So feel free to correct me if I'm wrong here. Right now, if I want to go and buy $50,000 of gold, okay, this is all hypothetical, guys. I don't have $50,000 to go buy gold right now. If I wanted to go buy $50,000 of gold, and I'm buying it from an online dealer, and I want to send that in because I don't think an online dealer is going to let you buy that much with a credit card, and doing the bank transaction with an e-check may not allow you to go that high. I think it's limited to like 10 or 20,000. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to do a wire transfer. So right now I go to my bank. I've got to fill out all this paperwork stuff with them. Banker's got to type it in. It takes like 15 to 20 minutes. I know because I've done wires in the past. If you guys have bought or sold real estate, you've probably done a lot of wires. And that money's going to get wired. It's going to take anywhere from a half an hour to several hours to the next day for it to show up at the other bank. And when it does, the process is very clunky. It doesn't go on the weekends, okay? Fed Now is basically replacing that back-end system. It's allowing you to instantaneously send huge amounts of money back and forth, okay? Yeah. So what's really happening is, instead of the banks having their own systems that are being used, the Federal Reserve is now owning that system. The other thing that's happening is they're creating this highway that allows for super fast transactions. There's no privacy on this highway because it's going through the Fed. So what I mean by that is, right now you can have multiple bank accounts. You can use cash. You can do things to transfer money. Anything that goes along this is not necessarily private. It should be secure and encrypted, but it's probably not private. So let's see if he says I have anything else. Oh, he's got one with Lynette Zing. Lynette Zing's awesome, and I also really like ITM Trading. Just as a side note there, I'm not a sponsor of them. I'm not a sponsor. They don't sponsor me. SD Bullion doesn't sponsor me. Monument Metals doesn't sponsor me. I don't have any sponsors. My wife doesn't even sponsor me sometimes. But what I will tell you is, she's like, where's all the cash? She's like, Surfer, where'd all the cash go in the bank account? I want to go buy this thing. And I'm like, I bought some silver with that. She's like, stop doing that. No, really, she's okay with this, but I got to make sure there's enough cash in the account. But ITM Trading's pretty cool. I have bought some collectible gold from them in the past, and it's a very good, reputable company, in my opinion. July 20th was the target date. Okay, so we got that information down. Number 3 prediction. Okay, let's go to it. Okay, so we got 10 predictions here. So here's number 3. Fed Now will replace cash and checks, but not credit cards. So in 2021, checks accounted for only 5% of payment volume. ACH payments ate into the usage of business to consumer checks, and consumer to consumer checks declined with the rise of P2P apps. Okay, you guys, P2P apps are like Cash App, Venmo, Zelle,
PayPal, yeah.
PayPal. Technically, Zelle isn't really. I mean, it is, but it's not. It's a little different. It's a little bit different than those. But for now, a lot of B2B transactions, yep, still use checks. Okay, so check this out here for a second. This is checks. You can see them declining here over time. You can see ACH, which is if you're buying from SD Bullion and you're doing the electronic check, that's an ACH transaction. And these are debit and credits. Okay, so everybody's using that stuff. Debit cards is way down here. By the way, I just a side note, I don't really trust debit cards outside of using them on a very secure online website or to take cash out of an ATM. Personally, I'd only use a credit card because it does protect you from fraud. That's just a quick side note. Okay, so now what we're looking at here,
money where the check, your debit card is your money. They're more worried about getting their money back than getting your money back. So exactly why.
So look at this. Here's credit cards. Look, credit cards is going up and up. You know, I have to say this is
in our country, and everyone's broke. Everyone's buying.
That's the thing. Like,
go ahead.
This, I bet this is over 100 billion, maybe even 110 or 20 billion now. It is just insane how much credit card debt we're accumulating right now. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. So people are moving away from cash to credit cards. So look, guys, the other thing I've done a video on too, and I'll talk to you about this as well, is, and this is something we all have to start doing a little bit more, in my opinion, is carry cash with you and try to use cash as much as you can instead of credit cards. It does a couple things. One, it keeps you more private from the banks. And I'll tell you about this in a second because this has to do with an app that I've built and designed in the past. So it does take you, it takes the viewing eye of the bank away, which also means the government can't subpoena records and they can't see them, okay? Nor can the police because it's cash. It's not traceable. Start using more cash as much as you can and use checks where you can too, okay? I think it's important to kind of take this down. The other thing I would say is if you have a lot of credit card debt or you're starting to pile that up, try to reduce the number of credit cards you have to make it easier, or hide them or shred them if you're having a problem with it. If you're managing them okay, just be careful with it. It's very easy to add credit and it's way too easy. On average, I think it's 18% on the video I did. When you use a credit card versus cash, you're going to spend more than 18% more. So think about it as kind of an 18% savings or a 18% raise, however you want to look at it, if you get rid of credit cards.
You're getting taxed for your impulse buying. I'm looking at it as you want to. Oh my God, I want to buy this online. It's an Amazon deal. You're getting taxed. You're getting taxed for not being disciplined, and I'm really trying my hardest right now to really not go soapbox because we're hitting a lot of good topics here, and I'm really not trying to.
Yeah, no, Sean, we'll keep the soapbox off for right now. But looking at this, I think it's important, you guys, to use cash again and at least remember what it's like. It's going to be your last time to probably do it. So anyway, this article, maybe I'll put a couple links to these articles in there. Maybe I'll create a short or two out of these. But I'll tell you something. So I did create an app a while back in 2009 for restaurants, and I was able to get the co-founder of Mint.com. You guys put a thumbs up if you guys know what Mint.com is. So I had Mint.com. It wasn't the co-founder; it was the first employee. Was on our advisory board, and I do use Mint.com to keep track of stuff for tax purposes because on my Mac I just can't seem to get any other program to work like Quicken. And I'm really kind of freaked out at the moment because all that information over the last several years, since like 2014 or something when I started using it, is in the internet, and it's supposedly secure, but it's not private, guys. I'm concerned about that information getting back to the government too, because who knows how all this stuff goes. But I'll tell you a technology that's kind of interesting out there. I forget the name of it, but the guy that introduced me to the Mint.com guy, he started a company. I think maybe it was like Stripe. I think his company was Stripe, something like that. He started a multi-million-dollar company, and then it sold for a ton of money. But what it did is it takes all the data from all the credit card companies and it brings it into one database, and it allows that database to be sold back to companies. And that's how Facebook is stitching your purchases together, and that's how they're able to follow you around the web and understand that you bought something at Dick's Sporting Goods and you happen to be on ESPN, and they already know what your team is because they know exactly what you bought. You bought a Dodgers hat. So there's some creepy stuff out there, guys. There's really no privacy. So Yankee also mentioned here too that Zale's going to probably go away, and we'll have FedNow behind the scenes. So think of FedNow as the highway. And then let's just talk briefly about CBDCs. So I don't like CBDCs, and I'm going to tell you the main reason I don't like CBDCs is because it is programmable. There's a lot of other reasons too, but anything that's programmable has the ability to be manipulated. It has the ability to be used for all kinds of bad things. So this article from CoinDesk says, let's take a look now at the risk of surveillance and censorship by creating CBDC. Sure, abusive governments could use the unique features of a CBDC, notably traceability, to discriminate or censor against or censor certain activities or individuals. If moreover CBDCs were kept deposited directly at the central bank, governments could even threaten their citizens with balance freezing and confiscation. So they're saying, sure, they just don't believe that's really going to happen. So the question is, how much do you guys trust your government to have all of your data and everything else? If I remember correctly, Obamacare was like a year well overdue and was over $1 billion to build that website when people came back and said we could have built it for $20 or $30 million, maybe $50 to $100 million at the very most. So unfortunately, the government has a lot of bureaucracies. It's not very efficient in its use. But one of them, surveillance. That's a big no-no with CBDCs. The other thing here I found in this article, I think it was in this one here, is really scary. So I want you guys to really look at this here. So this is central banks growing interest in CBDCs. This stuff's been going on since 2014, and it's been gaining a lot of steam since 2017. And this is the research. Okay, 60 central banks have been researching them. 80 of them, I don't know if I'm reading that right. No, I think this is saying 60 of them have researched. 80 have gone above, or the difference, another 20, that's what it is. Another 20 have proof of concepts. Maybe another 15 of them here have a pilot program, which would include our central bank, the Federal Reserve. And then a few of them have already launched. So I'm telling you guys, this is inevitable. So I don't know about you, but I'm not going to take a CBDC unless it's forced on me. And if that's the only way my employer will pay me, I'm unfortunately stuck with it. But I don't want to leave my money in there and have it be converted to this because there's a lot of risks to it. So I'll try to get you some more information on this, guys. But let's go back over to us. So you guys can.
Surfer, can you do me a favor? Actually, put it back on that chart real quick, actually. I want to make a quick statement. I'll make this friendly. Oh, you put it on me. Hi. But there you go. Go back to the chart with it right there. Okay. I want you to do me a favor and put that. You have an arrow screen. If you have a little mousy arrow where it pops on the screen there.
Well, I think you can see that. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I don't think you can see that. Sorry.
That's all good.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. If they can't see the mouse,
okay, show me where.
You can see the image. All right. You see where it said it all started in like 2015, 2016, and you see right there like 2017, 18, it started to really move up right there.
Yep.
Okay. I want everybody to search the soul real quick here and take all their emotions out of everything. I don't have to tell you guys what's been happening in the last 7-8 years with all this crazy stuff in the world, political fighting, people pointing, saying Trump this, Biden this, Obama this, and everybody's just pointing the fingers, right? Okay. Again, I want you to take a good look at that chart right now before I say what I'm about to say. You looking right, everybody? Taking a good look. Why do you think they're distracting us the last couple of years with what I just said? Because they don't want you guys to see that chart and the information that we're trying to tell you guys. They want you guys distracted with shiny, stupid crap not going to cuss anymore, I promise. I'm very calm and speak very calmly. I'm sorry I did that. I sometimes don't. Anyway, they're doing this stuff so you guys don't realize what's coming. I want you guys to understand the fact that, like, not only does like less than 2% of the entire world stack silver and gold, but I'm comfortably able to say that probably less than 15% of the world even heard the word CBDC, can even tell you what the acronym stands for and what actually it's about. To me, the acronym stands for cash being destroyed currently, but that's not what it stands for. But to me, that acronym stands for cash being destroyed currently. You like that? You can feel free to take that and make it a short. CBDC, cash being destroyed currently. I'll share that with the community. But they're distracting you guys with. All right, we're back again. How you doing? We're back. They're distracting you guys basically with this nonsense. You guys are so caught up in the emotions. Really, they want you guys emotionally charged, not think levelly of like, look, the writing's on the wall, guys. It's not like back in the King Solomon days where you need all the King Solomon's people and all their trusted advisors to come in and tell you what the writing on the wall says because no one can figure it out, right? At this point, the writing's way on the wall. It's been spray painted multiple times in multiple different. It's plain King English. It's right there. You can read it. It's just people don't want to choose to see it or don't know the writing's there because they're worried about what they're throwing your way as far as, oh, Trump trial this and, oh, this vaccine and this deadly disease and the banks are crashing and all this TV and Johnny Depp and his wife and all this other stuff on Hollywood and everything and Jonah Hill in the news. Like no one, it doesn't mean anything. They want you all to distract so you don't realize this is coming. So that's all.
So Sean, to that point, what I would say here, and we'll end that part of the conversation here tonight. I'm the kind of person that likes to have small government. I like to have local government. I believe the federal government is way too strong right now. And why do I do that? Because I don't think my beliefs and views should be imposed on the rest of the country, frankly.
Absolutely.
I'm jaded with all the political parties. I don't really feel like there's one that fits me perfectly because I feel like they've all gone astray personally. When I look at things, though, I think a lot of America wants to make money. They want to be able to save up so that they can have a good retirement and not have to work when they're older and not feeling well. They want to be able to have the ability to take care of their kids when there's needs that come up, right? And they want to be able to have a good, enjoyable life that they can get out there and do things. We used to call that the American dream. The American dream is getting harder to do, but hopefully on this channel, I'll be able to help give you guys some ideas on how to take that back a little bit. But what I will tell you right now is the reason I don't like FedNow and I don't like CBDCs is because it starts to take your ability to control your own destiny and your privacy away. And the other thing it does is it gives too much power to whoever's in charge of the CBDC to decide how it's used, when it's used, and how much you can retain of it. Plus like another 3 dozen things. So that's really where I have kind of the issues is, there's some real issues with what this does and what it means. So we'll kind of leave it at that, but I'll let you guys know that I think there's a high probability that it's going to come in the next couple of years here. It could come in the next couple of months, but it'll be something it'll probably be ushered in during a SHTF type situation like the Corona thing we had a while back. It may be something along those lines that ends up being an issue where this is the way to get your stimulus payment is to go sign up for that account and get your money. Yeah. So it might be a little bit more like that. And if it is, then you guys have to weigh whether that's something you want to be involved in or not. Now, if you have a W-2 income like I do, I don't know that you're going to be able to decide that doesn't come in the form of a CBDC. That's probably what's going to happen. And you'll probably have all your utilities as well as your property tax be paid in CBDCs when those come out. Maybe not right off the bat, but eventually. And they'll probably get rid of cash too because of what they're doing. So when that stuff does happen, you're just going to have to deal with it. But that's why you want to have your Bardability network so that you can take and do some stuff that's offline with it.
I think that honestly, if I can real quick, I don't think they're going to necessarily destroy cash. Here's what I think is going to happen, and this is what I've been saying to a lot of people where I made up my analogy where a lot of people, either our age or at least if you're 30 years of older, you probably would remember this. We're going to backtrack to take the the Marty McFly DeLorean, go back to the year like 2002, wherever it was, 20 some years ago, when y'all remember the bunny ear TVs? I know Paulie Buck has one still in his house in Michigan. You have to turn the little antenna
Bunny ears.
things and extend it to and point it to the sky and wait, right there. Oh wait, right there. Don't move it. That's your signal. That was everybody's TVs for a while. Remember they came out and were like, "Hey everybody, we're switching to digital TV. It's going to be great. All this clarity, all this 780 DPI or whatever, 480 DPI or whatever the I was they gave you. They were like, it's going to be fantastic. Oh, by the way, you guys have about a year and a half until those bunny ear TVs, when you go turn them on, it ain't going to work no more. The only thing they're good for now is like playing your VHS player, if you remember those back in the day, or if you had some like Super Nintendo system, you could hook it up to that, and that's all you got. But as far as getting the TV signal, you weren't getting anything but white noise from Michael Keaton movies.
No, that's true.
So they basically gave you the opportunity to say, look, this is what we're doing. Tough shit you don't like. Sorry, I did it again. Apologize. Tough crap you don't like it. This is what we're doing. And everyone basically had to go out and buy a new TV. Then eventually that date came where they're like, went to turn on the bunny ear TV. And sure enough, white noise talking to the ghost people, basically from the Ghost Hunter shows and stuff. And you had to go buy the TV. And I think it's what's going to happen with CBD and C and Cash. It's going to be a two system where it's like you're going to have X amount of days to either earn the cash in, spend the cash, because they're not going to print any more bills, right? The Treasury little printer machine that's going into the archives, into the history museums as like a history relic, because they're not printing any physical bills anymore, right? They're going to recall all the cash back.
Well, so
chances are,
Sean, I got something to show you real quick.
Go ahead.
I'm going to show you guys this real quick too, because it relates to that. So CBDCs are not, as far as I know, it's also not blockchain cryptocurrency. Now, if you guys have been hearing about XRP, everybody's excited about XRP because they won their lawsuit.
That's going to be the network they're going to run them on. They're saying they're going to say they're running.
But here's the deal: they think everything's going to be running on the XRP network, and that's how the CBDCs are going to work. So I know people that are buying into that because they bought XRP at a cent, and now it's, I don't know, 80 cents or something like that.
Like 55 to 80 cents, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere in there. And they think it's going to go up to like $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 because that's what they're going to use for the CBDC. There's no way the Fed is going to be paying that rate for things. So I just don't see that happening. So what I'll show you, something cool that I got from Guido Stacking. I think he's still on here, maybe not. But this is more real than a CBDC.
Absolutely. You can put it in your hand.
Don't try to spend it as $100. You'll get hit with counterfeiting, and then you'll go to jail. But this is a pretty sick $100 gold. It does have gold. I think it has 1/1000th of an ounce of gold in it. I think that's what it has on it. But it's pretty cool. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, as many of you guys know. So I thought that was pretty cool. I picked up a bunch of these, and so I don't know what we're going to do with these. These might be some really cool giveaways for the future here. But I got those.
Those are really cool, man. I wouldn't just be giving them out. No offense to everybody in the chat. Not that I say you guys don't deserve them right now, but I would say
down the road
is like background pieces, because not only those are cool, like I ain't never seen them before besides your channel, and I think it's always something that's how people get channel. They get the up and up. You get something in the background that no one's seen before. I go, that's kind of cool. I kind of want to see that again, or so that can be kind of like how like Yankees got his Yankee cannon, or he's got his little OK symbol on the side. It could be your little. Oh my God, you got a lot of them. Holy crap!
So I got a lot of these.
You get the whole Star Wars universe. You get the whole Galactic Empire in that thing. And
then I've got Yoda and Darth Vader. I don't know where those are. They're somewhere.
Dude, those are so cool looking, man.
Well, I got Yoda. I got Darth Vader.
Imagine having an uncut sheet of those. How cool would that be to frame in your office? That's what you got to do next, bro. You got to find.
It would be really cool
to find an uncut sheet of those, frame it in your office, and then give those away. That's what I would do.
So here's the other thing I'm going to tell you guys real quick, because I know we're getting close to 2 hours, and I haven't eaten my dinner. It came like right before the show started.
To the 8 bird.
Well, I didn't have time. I had to get the software working.
You always
So
take
here's
time.
another
No
thing I want to show you
waiting.
guys is this. I'm going to have an announcement coming out pretty soon on another interview, a live interview with Drew Brophy. And so that's going to be happening. And as soon as I've got a date, we've got everything set up. I want to wait until it gets a little closer. It'll be in August. But as soon as I have that, I'm going to let you guys know a little bit more about what we're doing. And it's going to be really cool. We're going to have a cool interview. And if everything goes well, there's going to be some really cool epic giveaways. I will be giving away one of these surfboard coins. I might even do more of them too. And if we're lucky, we might even be able to get a couple of them signed live by Drew and given some of those away. But this is a really cool coin. I've been picking up more of these right now on eBay, just so you guys know. There's Liberty Coin on eBay, which is located here in Long Beach, not too far from me, about an hour out, maybe an hour 15. These are in here really tight, by the way. Just a second. And I've been picking up these for about 70 to 80 bucks. These are going to be coins that will end up going for probably $180 is my guess. But here's the coin. So hopefully you guys can see that. It's colored. I know a lot of you guys don't like color coins. I don't buy very many of them either. But this wouldn't do justice if it wasn't colored. But it is a surfboard shape. You can see it's got a little thickness to it there. It's an ounce. I don't know how that's an ounce. It seems like it would be smaller than that.
Think about that. The batarangs, like when they were an ounce, I was like surprised how big this batarangs were. I'm like, that's like, holy, how did they get all ounce to be like the size of my palm? That's crazy.
So this is, check it out, 2023, 4/9 fine silver, 1 ounce, Pamp Swish. You can't go wrong with those guys. You got this really cool scene back here, and you've got the Pacific Seal of Niue, okay?
And then it's numbered too, isn't it?
They're individually numbered. So this one here is 1350.
Cool.
Let's see. Most of them that this is a new one I just ordered. All the rest of them, I have like 19 of them that are under 500.
Nice.
So, and the one I had signed was like 160 something, 67 or whatever.
Yeah, that is low.
So that was low. Another thing I want to show you guys real quick,
which is always good,
is we're going to look at this real quick here too. We'll clean these up. We'll look at the peace dollar that just came in.
Sweet.
And these are for sale right now. And by the way, if you guys go to my eBay and you want to buy what's on eBay from me, send me a DM on Instagram and I will cut you a much better deal than what's listed on eBay, like a lot better deal. So as long as I can make a little bit of money off of some of the coins that I'm moving, I'm fine. I'm not trying to make crazy profits off of it. But let's look at these guys real quick here. So go take a look at that. If you see something on there, like seriously, like even on my gold coins that are listed for like $3,000, if you guys have interest, I'm not going to charge you that much and give you like a really good deal on those. So I'm going to put this out here. Here's the Morgan. Why did I buy these? These were like $76 each or 79, somewhere around there.
The
reason I bought them is because I actually wanted to see one in good condition. Okay, I don't have one that's in a PF70 condition, and I ordered one of each. And I guess I thought I was ordering one of each. I actually had like 3 of each. So I've got 2 of them that I'm selling, and I decided to put the third one up too because I might actually want to get these graded. Or just buy one that's already graded and just go that route. So I'm going to see if I can sell all 3 of them. I may just buy a graded one. And for that, that's because these to me are more of just like a really good sample or specimen. I mean, look at the breast feathers on that thing. You don't find that on a worn one. But these are really cool coins. I do like that design. I like the Morgans a lot better than I like the peace dollars, but they're just really expensive right now to buy Morgan, so I tend to buy more peace dollars. And someone mentioned too, they had a number for maples. They don't go above it. Kind of my rule of thumb is I don't like to pay over 29 bucks for a maple, and I don't like to pay over 35 bucks for an eagle. After that, I think it's way too much. And when you get into a peace dollar, I really don't like spending more than about 25 bucks for those. Sorry, 35 bucks for those. And for an Eagle, 35, and for Maple, about 29 or so. But here's the peace dollar. These are still nice looking, but I don't know. They probably could have found better looking women. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Kind of like,
Probably
kind of freaked out people. I don't know. But the eagle on this one's pretty cool too. I do like that. But these are cool. So I'm gonna get some of those, the other ones that are coming in, and we'll show those off as they come in. But that's kind of the last stuff that I recently picked up. Oh, one last one I had too was my buffaloes. And if Giga SoCal's on here still, I did not make it in time over to my to the post office, and I also don't know if Guido got back to me on what happened to our buffaloes. But hopefully those will be coming soon. This is a different chunk of buffaloes. But I'll tell you, I'm not a big round person. I don't love rounds. But when everything else is super expensive and I'm still wanting to dollar cost average, I'll move over to rounds. So here's a buffalo round. This is the Golden State Mint. A lot of different mints will have these. Some of them you'll notice will come in a matte finish. Some of them will be in a kind of a proof finish like this. And then you've got the Indian on this side here. But these are 1 ounces of silver. So if you can pick these up for $1 or $2 over spot, maybe $2.50, that's good price. And if you can buy Eagles for 31 bucks, go do that. That's a good idea. So that's kind of what I had for today here. What I wanted to do real quick before everybody goes, first I want to thank everybody for jumping on. I'm going into a blitz right now to see if we can get this channel to monetize so that we can start to do some other fun things that require that for monetization to do it. So I've got some ideas around channel memberships that I want to do that I think will be pretty fun. And in order to do that, I've got to get the live streaming going. So here's what I'm looking at. I just want to reiterate with you guys again real quick, in case some of you jumped on later, is on Monday nights, I'm looking to do a video that'll be at 4:00 Pacific time. And we're going to be talking about where's gold going for the week, where's silver going for the week. We're going to talk a little bit about crypto, what's happening with crypto. And then we're going to also, oh my gosh, Shadrach just got his Star Wars coin from the Royal Mint, 3000 vintage. I'm still waiting to hear back from my Instagram dude if he got me some of those. Anyway, man, hold on to that. That's a really cool coin. I hope I can get one of those. You got me totally distracted. So Monday's going to be financial news. Where's the week going? Okay, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we'll probably be talking about some places and deals that have just come up for that week. All right. Wednesday, we're going to do a little longer stream. So that stream will be anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. This stream I'm looking to do about for 2 hours, and we're going to talk about subjects like this. So we've hit FedNow, we've hit CBDCs, we've talked a little bit about stacking and vaulting. I would love to hear from you guys on some ideas that you would like to see on the live streams too. Feel free to send me an email, stackingsurfer@gmail.com. And I'd love to hear your ideas. The other thing I'll throw out to you guys too, this is something that I'll put out there. If any of you want to ever give away an ounce of silver to the community, you can find my mailing address under my profile, as well as in any of it should be in every one of my shorts, as well as my long form videos. And if you send that in, and I will advertise your channel for free on here. It's just kind of a nice way to give back to the community if you guys want to do that. And you can send in whatever you want to send with the silver. It doesn't have to be like a silver, an ounce of silver. But feel free to do that stuff, and we'll do some shout outs for that. As far as with me on Wednesday, what I am going to do is give away a cool coin each time we do one of the Wednesdays. And you're going to have to get some keywords from the other videos to do that. So today, We're going to forego that. I know all of you guys are probably excited about trying to get a piece of silver today, but I'm going to forego it today because I don't have the ability to send it out to you before, well, anytime soon. So we'll probably start that up next week or the week after. But I will have a notice that goes out to the community. So please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and then hit the bell icon so you're notified from that. And what we're going to do is, with that, I'm actually going to have some keywords that are given that you have to put into a sentence on Wednesday night in order to win something like 1 ounce of silver. But it's not going to be one of these. These aren't that nice. It's going to be more like one of these kind of coins. Okay, so this is a nicer round. It might be one of these. It might be a ship coin. It could be a Black Flag coin. Could be a Star Wars Beskar bar. But we're going to do that for a little bit, and I'm going to see if that helps get the channel, getting more people into the channel as well and sticking around. And that'll just be on Wednesdays. And then on Fridays, I'm going to do a financial deal where we're going to be talking about how to invest in the stock market. We're going to be talking about how to invest in real estate. We're going to talk about what CDs are. Are they worth doing? Bonds. We'll also be talking about gold and silver, and we'll be talking about crypto, and just about anything you guys want to do from an investment standpoint. I've probably dabbled in it and touched it. So we're going to be talking about that on Fridays at 4 o'clock. And I've got another friend that will be coming in to do that. And then we're going to be turning that into a podcast that's going to go out there. And then on Saturdays, either in the morning or the evening, you'll have to wait until Friday when I decide when I'm going to be going out. We're going to be doing a surfer at the beach on Saturdays if we can. So surfer at the beach is going to look something like this. I'm going to be taking, a silver coin with me, or I might be taking something larger like the queen over here, and asking people if they would rather have this or a ice cream sandwich or a cookie or whatever else I'm screwing around with that day. There you go, Queenie. And we're going to have fun with it. We're going to see what we can do. So if I can live stream it, we're going to live stream it. If I get to a beach where I can't live stream it, that might be a little bit of an issue. I'm still going to try to live stream it unless we just have no reception. And if that happens, then I'll end up just filming it and we'll have to reconvene later. But anyway, I'm pretty excited about that. And that's going to help the channel grow. So I think that's what's going to happen.
Absolutely. Be awesome stuff.
All right. Well, that's everything I've got for tonight. And we'll just end by showing our faces again, because why not?
Yeah.
And I'll throw Sean on here real quick. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming out. And I think my voice is now shot and my neck is pretty sore. So I'm pretty much kind of done for the night. Time for chiropractor and massage therapy and all kinds of other fun stuff I'm doing from that slip and fall deal. So anyway, everybody, thank you for coming tonight. We will have some good giveaways coming up, and we will have a party, a pretty good sized party. And if we can get enough people on it, I may even do like 1/10 of an ounce or a gram or something fun for the 1,000 subscriber party when that comes up. I got to kind of figure out the math on it and look through that and see what we can do. But anyway, thank you guys. Peace out. Have a good night.
Yay.